There's a storm brewing in the NFC North that nobody, not fans, not insiders, not even rival GMs, truly understands yet, and if you've been lulled into thinking the Chicago Bears are quietly satisfied with their current defensive front, if you've bought into the surface-level noise about Trey Hendrickson being their main focus, then you haven't been paying attention to the shadows where real football deals are made, because something far more calculated, far more explosive is bubbling beneath the surface, and when it finally erupts, it won't just change the Bears. It will flip the entire power structure of the division, maybe even the conference. And it all starts with a deceptively quiet front office playing a long game that most franchises aren't even equipped to see, let alone outmaneuver. Picture this: a front office that just hired Ben Johnson, one of the most cunning young offensive minds in football. Not to pad stats, not to play cute football, but to construct a culture and a scheme so surgical, so ruthlessly adaptable, that even a top 10 defense wouldn't be enough for them. No, they need a game wrecker, a destroyer, a player that can single-handedly erase third-down conversions and force offensive coordinators into sleepless nights and dry erase board despair. And sure, Trey Hendrickson fits that mold on paper, a Pro Bowl edge rusher with a proven track record and a relentless motor. But deep in Halas Hall, decision-makers know that while Hendrickson's game is efficient and polished, his peak years are now, not later, and his looming contract demands combined with his age. He'll turn 31 this season, make him a short-term fix, not a foundation. That's where the smokescreen begins. Because while local media and fans have latched onto Hendrickson as the dream target to pair with Montez Sweat, Bears GM Ryan Poles and his war room are already 2 moves ahead, quietly running projections, studying film, and placing covert calls about a player who could turn the edge rush from a strength into an overwhelming nightmare. Kayvon Thibodeau. Yes, that Kayvon, 24 years old, former number 5 overall pick, a human cheat code when fully unlocked, and the kind of defensive asset you don't just trade. Unless, of course, you've already committed massive dollars to Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence, and you're staring down the barrel of future cap hell in New York. Enter the Bears, a franchise flush with draft capital, cap flexibility, and the strategic audacity to pull off a blockbuster that would stun the NFL and rewrite their identity for the next half-decade. Make no mistake, this isn't fantasy talk or clickbait speculation. This is chess at the highest level. Ryan Poles knows exactly what he's doing. By floating interest in Hendrickson, he distracts the room, sends the scent trail in the wrong direction. While behind closed doors, his top lieutenants are dissecting Thibodeau's get-off speed, his hip bend, his pass rush win rate on 3rd and long against double teams, and every advanced metric that reveals this kid isn't just good. He's special. He's generational if developed correctly. And Ben Johnson didn't come to Chicago to babysit a middling pass rush. He came to unleash chaos. Imagine the film sessions right now. Johnson and new DC Eric Washington sketching out packages where Sweat crashes inside, Kayvon loops around the edge untouched, safeties bluff blitz from the nickel, and quarterbacks have 2 seconds, maybe less, before the pocket implodes. Imagine a 3rd and 8 at Lambeau Field, Jordan Love barking audibles, and suddenly the play call evaporates in his throat as Thibodeau ghosts the right tackle and devours him from behind. That's the vision Poles is chasing, and here's the terrifying part for the rest of the league. It's not just possible, it's affordable. While other teams are trapped under bloated cap numbers, the Bears have structured their contracts with foresight. Thibodeau is still on his rookie deal through 2025, with a 5th-year option available for 2026. That means 3 full seasons of high-impact edge play at a fraction of what Hendrickson will cost in a new deal. And when you pair that with a roster loaded with young offensive weapons, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen for now, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift, and a potential franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams, you start to see it. The contours of a team that's not just built to compete in the NFC North, but to dominate it. But acquiring Kayvon won't be simple. That's what makes this move so intoxicating. The Giants aren't advertising him as available, but insiders know the truth. They're in a cap squeeze. They've committed long-term to Brian Burns, and they need draft picks to reshape their offense, especially with Daniel Jones' contract still clogging the books. Poles isn't dumb. He doesn't come in with a lowball offer. He starts with real weight, a 2026 second-round pick, a conditional 2026 fourth that becomes a third if Thibodeau hits 10 sacks, maybe a young player like Zach Pickens or Tyreek Stevenson to sweeten the pot without touching the core. And if Schoen hesitates, Poles walks away. Why? Because time is his ally. The longer Thibodeau stays in New York's underperforming system, the more he looks like a misfit toy in the wrong scheme. Meanwhile, the Bears keep collecting leverage. Camp injuries around the league shift priorities. A surprise holdout changes the market. And when the moment is right, snap, they strike. But what happens next is where the real fireworks begin. Imagine the notification hits your phone. Breaking. Bears trade for Kayvon Thibodeau in blockbuster deal. Chaos. Twitter melts. Reddit explodes. Analysts scramble to adjust NFC power rankings. And in the background, at a quiet walkthrough practice in Lake Forest, Thibodeau walks onto the field in navy and orange, slaps hands with sweat, and lines up for his first rep, while offensive linemen across the division start calling their agents, asking if it's too late to switch conferences. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Because with Thibodeau secured and Hendrickson still dangling in the rumor mill, some fans wonder, why not both? Why not burn the playbook and go full nuclear? But Poles is too smart for that. He knows the NFL isn't Madden. He needs balance. He needs cap space for injuries, for extensions, for future trades. And most importantly, he knows what he's building isn't just a roster. It's a system, a culture, a mentality, a team that attacks from every angle, offense, defense, special teams, with precision and purpose. Thibodeau fits that. Hendrickson? Great player, but wrong age, wrong timeline. He's the move a team makes when it's desperate. The Bears aren't desperate. They're calculating. They're building something the rest of the league doesn't even see coming until it's too late. Think about what that means for division rivals. The Vikings just invested in J.J. McCarthy and are trying to keep their window open with aging veterans. The Packers are putting all their chips on Jordan Love's development. The Lions are strong, maybe the strongest they've been in years, but even they would have to reckon with a Bears front seven featuring Sweat, Thibodeau, Edmonds, and Brisker, blitzing from the second level. You don't just block that, you survive it, barely. And in the playoffs, that's what wins. That's what tilts the field. That's what makes a young quarterback feel invincible. Knowing his defense will get him the ball back. That one mistake won't doom the game. That's what Poles is chasing, and he's inches from making it real. So what now? What can you do? Watch. Wait. Refresh your feeds. Set your alerts. Because the next few weeks will be critical. One false step, one injury, one cryptic Instagram post from Thibodeau, and the avalanche begins. And when it does, you'll want to say you saw it coming. You'll want to be the one in the group chat who said, Poles isn't going for Hendrickson. He's playing for something bigger. And you'll be right. So if you believe in this vision, if you can see the pieces falling into place, drop a K in the comments for Kayvon. If you still think Hendrickson is the answer, drop a T. Or if you're dreaming bigger, if you want both and don't care what it costs, comment double and let's test the boundaries of what's possible. And don't forget, every comment enters you into our Luther Burden jersey giveaway. Smash that like button like Thibodeau smashes a pulling guard. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the mainstream curve. Hit the bell, because if this trade drops at 2 a.m., I'll be recording within 5 minutes. This channel isn't about rumors. It's about vision, strategy, power moves, and the bear's relentless pursuit of dominance. Stay locked in. This isn't over. It's just beginning.